Hello. Right, back at it again with another stream. We are going to be deleting more code. So there's still lots to do, still lots to simplify. So we'll try and get on that. Hope everyone's doing well. Just need to share this quick with the Discord, just so anyone who's interested can see it. Cool. Okay, right. I know straight off rip we can just delete these. This was for like a demo renderer, and it doesn't even work anymore. I just want to see if there's anything I want from this. Like, do I want the controller support? Don't want to have this randomly. Camera reset with R. Yeah, so I'm just going to scan over this and see if there's anything I want. This should be like extremely familiar to anyone who's coded Vulkan. This is just basically the Vulkan tutorial from 2016 with a few changes. I honestly forgot it's here. Yeah, we do the buffer aliasing, but we don't use VMA at all, so yeah. Yeah, the only reason I had this laying around was because I was trying to, I would try and get bits and bobs from this, you know, like stuff that was, you know, kind of useful. But yeah, I don't think we need any of this. Yeah, family queue stuff. All right. Yeah, I think we're far enough ahead on our other renderer that nothing in here is new, or even better. It's mostly worse, and has less features. The only upside is it is very data oriented. You just run one function and everything works. But we'll get to that. That's you know, one step. I'll have to do that in the future. All right. All right. So let's close this. And the next thing we're going to do is work with the IMGUI layer. Yep. Okay, so not that. Yeah, in the last stream, I did find some stuff that I could delete. And it turns out I was allocating like a giant buffer. That was vertex, index, and what was it, uniform? I wasn't even using it. So yeah, a complete waste of time. Alright. I want to try and tackle this today. This has been one of the worst things I ever did. But let's take it easy. I think no, what do I want to do in here? I wanted to delete a vertex buffer. We're not even using vertices in that way anymore. Hey man, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, Tack. Yeah, I'm just working on deleting some code. Hope you're having a good day. I'm trying to shift to more of a data-oriented design approach. And so this older code here is from my older engine. Thank you, Sheaves. Yeah. I'm glad you're having a good day, man. Yeah, this is it. This was the guy. I'm not even sure we use this. Yeah, I called this yesterday thinking, why does this exist? It's dummy attributes, but why is it vertex data? Destroy, create. Yeah, I don't think we use this. I think it's just taking up memory. Actually, okay, that is correct, yeah. Interesting. Why on earth? Okay, yeah. I don't care. I can just re-add this in, initialize it every single time. Who cares? Yeah, because... Oops. Could just create it here. And... there we go. Oh. Yep. Semicolon. Oh, my goodness. Done this backwards. Right, there we go. I momentarily forgot how how this works. That's embarrassing. Ah. Okay. Okay, IntelliSense is throwing a fit. But that's chill. We know that it's dummy attributes we're after. Oops. Okay. Right, let's build. Okay, if we run... Yep. Yep. Still got everything working. Yep. Okay, so deletion works. Cool. That was around to cover like cases where there wasn't a material, but I don't need to do that. Okay. Okay, dokie. No, I think we do use dummy texture, but let's check. Yes. Okay, so that's for every... We just have a white texture. Of size 1. I don't know, 0 data even. A black texture? I don't know. Ah, that was it, what I wanted to do. I wanted to remove the non... So currently we support bindless and non-bindless, and that's kind of stupid. You should always have this if you're trying to run games. Yeah. If bindless false... Alright, so we just need to... If bindless false, yeah, we... Where is this assigned? Interesting. So we might actually be using the non-bindless. Let's see. Okay, we are. That's awkward. So we've been using the wrong... Okay. So this comes from the GPU. I don't think we care though. We can just assign it to equals true and see what happens right at the top. So there could be a bug because I actually haven't tested non-bindless. Yeah, because I thought we were running it the whole time, so that's awkward. Runtime descriptor array. What? Why is that being used? I mean, yeah, we could turn it on, but... Runtime descriptor array. So this is our descriptor array. UI command buffer? I need to rename these. Okay. I mean, we can enable that feature and just see what happens. Just seemed a bit odd there. Right, I'm still doing a lot in main. That's fine. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Oh, no, this will be in GPU device. What am I thinking? And then... yeah, around here somewhere. Okay, so on the device creation, we need to set up a... That's P next. And physical device 12. Okay. I think... Oh, which one's great? I think it's this way around. Yeah, I think... I'm not sure, but I think you set up the linked list. This way around. Device... Vulkan... features 12. Alright, so Vulkan 12, and what's the feature it wanted? Runtime descriptor array. I feel like this is just going to crash, but apparently I'm using this. And the pnext linked list chain of guys needs to take in this as a reference. Then we use Vulkan 12 in the pnext instead. Right. Okay. So that's our linked list set up with whatever this is. I don't even know what this feature does. Sampled image array non-uniform indexing was declared. Okay, I guess we're just going to be turning on features as we go. Okay. Shader sampled image array not uniform indexed. This just could be a mistake, you see. This feature might not actually be a thing. Alright, let's look at my other engine. This guy should have it more up to date. Yeah, because this code is like from a year ago, so there could be a mistake in it that I fixed ages ago. Because I swear I was using mindless in this one. Mindless supported. Okay. Now I could just dump this code on top and just roll with it. Because this is using the mindless stuff. It's like I can't find that. It's hang on. I think in this current iteration of the code, I hadn't actually set up bindless textures for... Yeah, I haven't actually built into the code bindless support on the setup. So in GPU device, there's no bindless setup here. Now I do need to obviously go to bindless for bindless textures and bindless descriptor sets and that. That's a no-brainer. It's just, do I want to do it now or later? I think we need a bit more. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it right now. I just want to do a little bit of background study just to make sure it's I'm fresh with bindless. It's not too complicated. Right, let's just look into it, like because this honestly just could just be like a setup. Like all I need to do is set something up, and then everything's fine. I just forgot how you get the data up onto the shader without binding it. Oh, not binding it, sorry. You upload the shader, but how do you get it to be used? I'm just a bit foggy on it. I mean, we could work it out, but I don't know if it's a good idea to do this now. Alright, so submission 2. No, where's bindless set up? I'm in a Vulkan 1.3, and I think you don't have to say I want bindless, do you? Where do I have maintenance 4 on? That's probably some. I'm probably passing the shaders wrong with the SPIRV reflection thing. They require some kind of maintenance 4 thing because of work group IDs. I'm not going to get into that. This is I'll worry about that later. Okay, so main queue, device. I'm just going to search for bindless. Where are you? Ah, here we are. No. Where's this set, though? Yes, 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 yes. Bindless creation. Do I just... Oh, whatever, I'll just keep looking. Indexed... Do you need to do this for Vulkan 1.3? This is my other engine. This is where my code's coming from, if you remember. So this engine here is an older version of this guy, but I'm trying to simplify it in an earlier state, so I can then implement the features from this engine to this engine. That's the goal anyway. That's what I'm up to. Now you may think, like, why didn't you just simplify it? Simplify this like as is. There are some features that I don't want in this. There is like I kind of want to get rid of the threading library I used. Like, I have like a race condition in this engine. I'll show you. I would have a race condition if I had... hang on, let me... Nope. That's a race condition there. So there's like things that I didn't... The whole like structure of this code kind of got bloated, and things like this started to creep in. Effectively, I'm trying to use I've created a texture here, but I haven't done the memory barrier transition. So That's why I'm like kind of, all right, let's simplify things. Let's get it back to where it was when it was like a year ago, and then like break it down. And then hopefully the idea is that I can port the features back in. Yeah, okay, I thought that. Yeah, I thought, yeah, you just kind of get that for free. Brilliant. Okay, that's good to know. The Boolean is, yeah. So what I thought I could just do off rip is down here. There's like 2 shaders, and these are for I am GUI. And as you can probably see, there's one called bindless. And I thought, oh, I'll just use that then. As soon as I turn that on, we get validation errors. And I was just wondering, you know, am I getting this because of a probably not. Vertex shader, sorry, vertex fragment bit uses descriptor this, but was not declared in the, oh, the pipeline layout doesn't describe this. So I'm trying to use a descriptor set that's not in the pipeline layout. So in the graphics pipeline of Void IM GUI, we are not setting up this descriptor set. I think we've got the binding here, but when we set up the graphics pipeline layout, we aren't doing that, and there's likely an oversight somewhere in this particular graphics pipeline layout. Oh, okay. So that, yeah. Thanks for talking to me, by the way. That I've kind of figured out what's going on. I thought it was something else, but it's a pipeline. It's a graphics pipeline, a Vulkan graphics pipeline mistake. Set layouts. No, where is this graphics pipeline? Let's go to the header. So int it. Okay, so there's a shader creation stage. Okay, here's the graphics pipeline. Yeah, so if you ever see me kind of being unfamiliar with my code base, that's why. This is like a year old. I'm like trying to remember what I did. Okay, so that's the blend state. That's the input, the vertex input. This is the descriptor set layout creation. Okay, so this is where we should be doing this. And I say descriptor type combined image sampler. Binding 10. Set 1. Oh, I'm going to look at this struct. Give me a second. What's in this guy? Alright, so I'm just going to pull this out. So when I add binding, I am doing these things. I am setting the type, setting the start, setting the count, which is always 1. Okay, that makes sense. And then the stage, which is fragment. Okay, that makes sense. So for some reason, I can use this sampler in non-bindless mode when it comes to VK shader stage fragment bit. But I can't use it when this is a 10. Should it be a 10? Is it a 1? Binding 10. Yeah, if I add this, just quick, if I add this extension in, I get a warning in the was it GLSLC compiler? So yeah, IntelliSense will moan. Well, this extension's IntelliSense will moan, but I'm leaving this out. So this isn't technically an error. Uniform sampler 2D. Okay. No, it doesn't. I've got an extension in Visual Studios. The only reason I have this extension is honestly for syntax highlighting. It catches basic mistakes, but it's a, you know, let's see, manage extensions. It is, which one do I have? Yeah, I have this one. So yeah, it's fine. But it, you know, it has some foibles if you're going to use it yourself. There's no updates. I find this better than using Notepad++ or just no syntax highlighting. But anyway, all right, let's compare these two. So we've got IMGUI fragment binding 1. Okay. All right, let's just compare again. And then I say set 1. I don't think it matters about the set because I'm not using any dynamic. I think that's what it's for. It probably does support HLSL. I actually have never used HLSL. Hey, YibTag, let's see. Hey, I've been trying to write my own engine for a while and can't decide on whether I want to have an entity hierarchy or not. I would recommend, if you want to, for entities, I would. I know it seems silly, but honestly, this is what I'm going to talk to someone about this tomorrow. I would literally make a big giant struct, right? And it has everything that your entities need, from, even the player, right? Even the player entity, have all the different states in one massive struct. And if you have a lot of booleans, I would then export that into an enum. So, dead. You can have like a dead state, a live state, dying state, for example. You can, those, instead of being booleans, you can put them into an enum. And the reason I say that is because you want to start off with the maximum flexible entity system that uses components. So you can just have like a massive array of these like huge, like this massive struct of different states, and then you can just like make an array or a vector or anything like that you're interested in, and then you can do all sorts of stuff with. As obviously that struct will get bigger as you have more entities, and what I would do is figure out how to compress that down over time. That's the way I'm going to take it. I'm gonna take this like a compression approach. But yeah, that's just my general opinion. You don't have to take that. What docs are you reading? What docs am I reading? What docs am I reading? That is the question. Maybe I'm not reading enough. No, for me, I'm just I do my documentation. I know it seems silly. Just to quickly, another aside is I just write all my stuff in Obsidian and then, you know, read this. But these are more like notes. I don't really have any documentation in the code itself, apart from, you know, comments and stuff. But I do pair it with, like, you know, what is a validation layer, right? Very simple, but, you know, it's nice to have like a thing that you can refer back to if you're unfamiliar. So, you know, if I was talking about bindless before, I need like a bunch of bindless notes, like how to do bindless textures. Nope, that is not Visual Studios. Okay. Anyway, so for some reason our pipeline layout is not respecting our shader in here. And it's possible... Okay, it's not possible. We are bindless supported. We do bindless here with our precompiled shaders. What else do we need to do? Why is this? I mean, the only difference here is we have like, this seems like a mistake. I don't know why I'm having two of these. I mean, I can replicate that, but yeah, it's literally just, but instead of that, we have this. Delete this. Okay. Why would that make a difference? Are we returning this? No, we must be returning the this pointer. Thank you. Yeah. No problem. No problem, QQ. Yeah, I think that's a good. Personally, I just like the approach of simplicity first and maximum flexibility, and then adding layers of abstraction. Unlike what I've done here, which is why I'm going over things and trying to simplify my code. The goal is to get rid of non-bindless support today. So. All right. We know this is air quotes correct, so we create a descriptor set layout. I made this static. I remember making these big. This will be, yeah, an anonymous namespace. Added to the graphics pipeline. Number of active pipelines. Oh no. Add descriptor set layout. Okay, so this is doing like a... We can have more than one descriptor set layout. Which makes sense. I mean... Font texture. Okay, so that's actually the thing we end up binding. Why? When I create this, is this a handle? Yeah, that's a handle. Why aren't I making my life simple and just passing in the thing I just made? Just seems a bit random not to do that. Yes. Vertex, buffer, set name, create it. Okay, no, why am I worrying about that? Okay, so... Okay, that's the descriptor set. Okay, right. I think we've got other errors that are causing this to happen, but... Why would the graphics pipeline be so balked? Oh, yeah, let me just check something. Is the last... Okay, this is irrelevant. Yeah, I want to get rid of this, stuff like this as well. I don't ever print out the names, so... Okay. I don't know. Let's see. I feel like I haven't changed anything. Yeah, I just move stuff around, really. What do you mean it's not used? It is. Alright, let's get rid of this silliness anyway. Oops. Dot. Yeah, okay. Sorry about this. I need to figure out why would we be getting a... Right, let's just check that I'm not doing something stupid at runtime. Okay, so random question. How sure if... Not sure if you already mentioned it. How do you get your VS to look rounded? I'm on VS 26. So yeah, this is 2022. Yeah, they rounded the edges. I just hope it doesn't cost a load of performance to do that. The only aesthetic thing that I like about 2026 is there's lots of different themes. Apart from that, I could take it or leave it. I think it looks fine. It looks good. Doesn't look bad. Just looks fine. I wonder if I did something different in that part of the code then. Right. Ah, okay. This is already different. So if equal to false. In bind. Okay, so if true, set index is 1. The uniform local constant. Interesting. So if we look at the shaders, Give me a second. I will look at that in a minute. I'm just gonna make sure that what I'm doing like makes sense. So we have bindless fragment shader, which has this. We have standard 140, set 1 binding 0. What am I doing here? Nothing out of the ordinary, but I have that extension, right? Yep. Okay. It just seems like my pipeline creation is different, and if bindless is equal to false, we don't bind this at the descriptor set layout. Is that what bindless is? You don't bind the... Oh, I think it is actually, isn't it? If I have a texture layout... If I have a... I don't bind this, right? On the pipeline layout, that's bindless. So I shouldn't even be using that anyway. No. Wait, what? Did anything change? What are we hitting? Yeah, I'm a bit shaky on bindless, so this is going to take me a second. Alright, let's look at this comment. Do you think the lack of vendor-independent tools like NVIDIA Aftermath is going to become a problem if NVIDIA ever stops selling consumer-grade products to shift production to cloud? Let's think. Okay. So, would we lose a lot if NVIDIA only wanted to sell to the cloud? I'm not sure, you know. I mean, we have RenderDoc, which, you know, is amazing for debugging. I think, is that open source? I'm actually not sure about... Yeah, every vendor has their own tools. That makes sense. Yeah, so we could just use them. And I feel like, in my opinion, if NVIDIA just decided to never give out any tools ever again, I would guess that we would have a lot of open source people coming together to try and make things available. Yeah. So I think we would have more, like RenderDoc would become. I think RenderDoc is already an industry standard, but we would have tools like RenderDoc that would fill in the blanks. If I was to guess what would happen if NVIDIA just decided to, give up or whatever. I'll turn this down a bit, it's a bit loud. Fury sounds good, but my ears need a bit of... My ears don't need to be in the battle too. Okay. All right, let's okay, I'm going to do something a bit odd, a bit different now. I'm going to just delete all this stuff for a minute. Just so there's no confusion. Is balance supported? No. This. Why is this? Did I delete something by accident? I shouldn't have. No. Right. IntelliSense is throwing a fit again. Okay, so there should be one instance of that. Okay, so I know this won't change anything, but I just want to simplify the code so I'm not looking at if statements thinking, is it doing the right thing? Okay. But it is. Unless this just doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna. All right, what I'm gonna commit, and then I'm gonna do something crazy. Alright, so back to normal. Get rid of this. Okay, so we didn't really do anything. But I'll commit anyway. Jeez. That's more that's more lines of code we deleted yesterday. Alright, anyway. Okay. Right. Right, what I'm going to do is just take this. I'm going to take both of these. And I'm going to go straight to the air quotes newest stuff. So this is technically recent. I'll have to obviously fix a lot of stuff that I've just I just want to see what the difference is. Like, what is it doing? Alright. So I've got to remove all my silliness. Get rid of this. Okay. That's awkward. Alright, I should be doing the header really first. Save. No, I'll keep it line. I do like that. Okay. Ugh, right. What was this called? I must have something like this lying around. Yeah, that's what it... Oh, it's just called... Ah, okay. So... It's backend, not I'm GUI thingamajiggy. Right, that should be good. Cool. I thought I removed you. Oh, I must have Control Z. Must have all come back. Alright. Next thing to do is take the shader code out of here. Where's our shaders at? This is vertex. Yeah, skews all the horrendous. Let's make it not look terrible. Separate the ins and outs. I can't remember what it was before, but I kind of like everything like that when I'm doing buffers. Okay. Going back. Delete this. Vertex bindless. Cool. Now we'll keep these together. Just standard 140 is different. No one cares, bro. I wish that error didn't exist. So nothing changed in... Doesn't look like anything's changing in these shaders. It's good to check anyway. Okay. And I've also set up my Visual Studio project that it compiles the shaders if it detects a file, you know, something's changed, which is quite nice. No, nothing changed here. Or if it did. Oh, yes, that was a mistake. I didn't need that. There's the fragment shader code gone. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's taken a while for my CMake to work. But yeah, I've set up some. There is some post build, pre-build. Which one is it anyway? There is some CMake in here that just goes, all right, yeah, build when available with this compiler. But it is smart enough to figure out. With this project to compile. So this gets compiled first because it depends on void's dependent on compile shaders. So yeah, this always gets compiled first because of the ordering, I think. I'm not very good at CMake. This is like, you know, basic CMake stuff. So yeah. I mean, it works on Linux as well, so you know, I must be doing something right. I wonder if that was it the whole time. Oh, that's an int. Keep these together. That's a bad way to search for GLSL. That's a shader C, by the way. No, I don't want to use GLSL lang validator. Just because it doesn't support includes by default. It might do now, I don't know, but back when I was trying to do this, like, you know, if I wanted to, for example, go, I don't know, include mesh.h, I would have to set up like a Google extension for like, whereas like because glslc.exe is built by Google, like that's already in there. So that's honestly my main motivation. Oh, speaking of, I don't need these anymore. Let's get rid of these. These are from the renderer we just deleted. Yeah, effectively. Yeah, I just haven't. Yeah, if you enable the extension, but if you use glslc, you don't have to do that. I think it's a preference thing. I don't think there's any difference between the two. I could be wrong. Like, if you know there's like glslc.exe and what is it called? The validator one. Yeah, I'm definitely happy to switch. if there is a legit thing that I'm not doing right here. I will, you know, I'm always open to be criticised with this stuff. But yeah, have a look on Ratchet. Have a look on my GitHub and see what you think of this in general. Then, if you see there's something wrong, or you just don't like the fact that I'm using GLSLC. Oh, fair enough. But honestly, I literally could just add the validator instead of GLSLC. Hi Daniel, nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. So you're saying setting up a CMake build system is one of the best things. Not write it yourself. Describe your goals to an AI and let it figure it out. I see what you're saying. Like CMake is DevOps and stuff. But for me, I know CMake well enough that I can just write it myself. So I just do. I've been using it for a while now. And I also don't really use AI, but I'd rather not talk about AI. That can get a bit of a... the reason I did come in here for a reason. I need to delete the shaders that I've just deleted. Oh, okay, yeah. We're using file glop. Okay. Rebuild. No, okay. I'm having trouble with it generating from CMake, from Visual Studio, so give me a second. I've got these scripts that just do that. Okay, cool. Build. Yeah, okay, so they're gone. And I was going back to, right, so void. Okay, cool. Delete this. Now I've got to, what I was doing originally was, sorry, I'll finish my sentence in a minute. Shader. What's this macro called? It's... Right, I'm going to have to pull up just for my own sanity. I'm just going to my GitHub. So I don't know if I've already said this to people, but I'm working out of this branch. That's why it's 18. Yeah, so it's 18 commits ahead of master. If you actually look at the project, just because I'm doing like a big refactor in this branch. Shaders. What was I doing? I know. So there was some stuff in here I wanted to keep. Oh, I just listed it outright. I thought I had a macro. There is a macro for this, but... And I was... Right, yeah, I'll just take this. If it's the same. No, sorry. Cool. Yep. Just read the binary files in. And now we need file in our project from foundation. File. So that should fix something. Okay. And yep, we'll just grab that from our thingy. So we say it's spiv true. And the vertex attributes, which I deleted ages ago. What did I rename them to? Oh, the actual vertex attributes. Okay. I doubt anything's changed there, so the less I have to think, the better. Cool. Sorry, I keep popping up with the wrong thing. And okay, yeah, I've got a Discord open today. I do have a Discord, if you're interested. Ah, right. Okay, so that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I didn't understand. So, yeah, find package. I honestly didn't know there was a module to find GLSL. GLSLC. You know what? Yeah, I will. I'll worry about that later. The the amount of code that this changes is minimal and doesn't really change a feature. But thank you for that. I will look into that. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, you get the name. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, it's in the description of this live stream. So, you know, feel free to head over there if you want. So yeah, sorry, Ratchet, I didn't understand what you were saying earlier. That's my bad. Why on earth? Oh, I guess I don't have topology for some reason. Because I always assume it's a triangle list. Fine. Okay, so this is the different thing. You know what? I think we've all been there. I was using a batch script until I had to move to Linux. Ah, right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we all do naughty things, I guess. As long as it works, I guess. Oh, sorry, I keep opening the wrong Visual Studios. Force of habit. Alright, so what is the difference here? Why are you complaining? Oh, I just have to say the stage. Okay. Right. So, local constant should be vertex, comma, and texture should be fragment, comma. Okay. And we don't have set index. I'm not entirely sure what that does. I should be, because it's been such a long time since I've actually touched this code. Index 1. Again, layers of abstraction. Index. I mean, I can add this back in, but I don't know what it's used for. In that case, right, let's do a bit of investigation. Index is equal to 0. Inside. So all I'm interested in is what breaks inside these guys. Actually, Cancel, 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 cancel. I can just build this file. Would that change? What? So it doesn't use the index? Right, sorry, I'm going to do a sanity check here. This clearly won't compile that file, so... Compile... Yeah, okay, so... It doesn't... Okay, I don't have to worry about it. That's good news. I don't use index. Control Z. Right, cool. So I can just say, I don't use this. And then delete this. We don't use this anymore. Yeah, we definitely don't use this. Oops. Comma. Missed something up here. VK image view 2D. Oh, type. That'd be a type, won't it? Type. So 3 and nearly there. We just have a render pass handle. Okay, I'm just going to trust that's correct. Okay, so this was something I needed this for, because I had to do some weirdness here. SDL3 does not give you the texture ID in the same way at all. Alright. And I don't think I have topology. Cool. And let's compile the shaders first. That's good. Yeah, you can just as you're going, rerun that Python script and hot load whatever you've done. All good. Yeah, I'm on such a small project that I don't need to worry about that yet. But for debuggability, I know you've said in the past that I should worry about that, but I need to think about the design of this engine a bit more. Anyway, so those compiled. Now this should work exactly the same. Okay. Yeah, while it's running, yeah. Right, let's see. If we have this, then okay. So this should do the non-bindless path. Okay, so the command buffer doesn't like this. Because the interface has changed. In only one place, interesting. So what does it need as well? Use secondary. Alright, that's very simple. I don't think we have any. Okay. So this shouldn't break. I say that and it breaks insta. Usage. So that's picked up a max enum value, which is not recognized as the image use. Okay. Image use flag bit. That. Okay. I kind of know what went wrong there. There's an enum value that's assigned to the max value for a VKA image usage flag bit, which is to do with what it's sampled, etc. Ah, right. Okay, I remember doing this yesterday. It's the last thing I did actually on stream. I worked out the flag bits of everything. The usage types, anyway. That's good. Okay, so I'm happy that error came up because I've been setting Vulkan's enum flags to the max value for a while now, so it's good. It's good to make it's good to see the errors make sense. But where did I set this usage? I probably called it set usage. I just go to main and see it because it's at the top. For something else, yeah, set flags. So, via texture creation. Where are we? Texture creation. Yeah, okay, so set flag MIP level 1, and the usage was. Is this used anywhere else? No. Okay. This should be very easy to find then. Here. So it's just destination and sample. Cool. Okay. Okay, next error. Right, okay, I did see that earlier. I think I set this to 1 in the descriptor set layout instead of 0. Yes, this should be 0. I believe that matches local constants, vertex, non-bindless. Yeah, okay. So that actually matches the binding now. Okay. Oh, bindless equal false. Hang on. We can pointlessly set the name. Shh. Nope. Cool. Let's move this over. Oh, is local constants 1 on the fragment shader? Oh, I've done this backwards. That's why it's going wrong. So on the fragment shader, this is 1. Okay. not 10. And local constants in bindless vertex shader is 0. Okay. Okay, so we're back to normal. Everything's freeing. Now question, based on what we've just done, how's bindless looking? How are, whoops, yep, okay, fine. No. And we have, do we have that in the newer shader, in this engine? Okay. Okay. I'll do this exactly then. I thought this was already working, but I guess not. Okay, let's go to my engine. I thought because we're in a newer version of Vulkan that bindless is just turned on by default. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's just use... Oh, yeah, I should delete these. Intits. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's... it's Vulkan. Nothing's turned on by default. That's funny. Yeah, I guess that... I mean, yeah. We don't even have a swap chain by default, so yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. Okay, so this is roughly where I was. I want to do this in basically the same way. Okay, let's just... Where's this? Okay, that's not what I wanted to see. We're using a function. Okay, whatever. We'll do this then. Okay, yeah, this is where we were. We do everything here. Above this. I'm not even going to look what I did. I trust I did something properly. Indexing feature. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. P next. I think we just have to keep concatenating that down. Ah, have we got this twice? Yeah, we have this twice. Okay. Don't think it matters. Yeah, let's enable all features. And then we can say we can use the same logic here and just say bindless is turned on. I do believe a complaint Vulkan device only needs to have... Yes, that's true. I mean, I knew it was turned off because it only has to have compute, and then obviously compute and transfer bit. Yeah, it makes sense. Transfer bit has to be on as well. So yeah, you don't even have graphics on by default. That's very, very true. Classic Vulkan being Vulkan. Okay, so maybe the whole time I've done this, I just didn't even have indexing. bindless textures even supported. So I will just error out though if you do not have bindless support. Right, true, cool, right. Let's go over here. Okay, I'm just gonna let it rip. Vertex shader bits. The uniform buffer was declared but not used. And in the bindless version, this is local constants. Okay, so we're definitely hitting this, right? Alright, let me fix my YouTube playlist. It's playing the same two musics over and over again. Yes, the good tracks, but it's getting a bit repetitive. Shuffle is on. Go to the next thing. Alright, finally. Alright. Okay. Hang on, let me just fix this. I had a coding style change. This is not that important, but I don't like using the assignment copy operator for constructing. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything when you actually. I think the compiler works out what to do, but you know, it's just cleaner. Because I think you might get return value optimization there, and it's just constructs in place. But I might as well just say, you know, the simpler option. Anyway. Oh, you know when you construct, I think there's an implicit construction. So when you have a struct, and let me just find one. When you do this, you're assigning a default constructed object to this struct. So you'll be using the. I think the compiler will optimize this completely, so it'll just be constructed in place. But effectively, you're saying that to the compiler that you want to use a, you know, likely a move operator here on construction or something. Again, I don't think it does anything, to be honest. I think when you get this machine code, there's literally no difference between this. But I just like, you know, this to me is this, you know, construct this. But this, no one likes using the curly braces because C++ most vexing parse happens. And now C++ thinks this is a function declaration, and instead of a initialization of the default constructor of a compiler, and as you can see, like it's like it doesn't understand. It's like, what are you doing? This is a function pointer. What are you? They're confusing. So, I just like to use curly braces because it feels more like I'm running the default constructor and it's constructing in place. However, it's just a preference. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah, there is literally no difference. Yeah, I can imagine there's in any normal sane compiler. That's why I said it was a. I did not mean to do that. It's just a preference at this point. As long as you're not using curly braces. Sorry, brackets. If you're using brackets, I highly recommend switching over to curly braces if you're watching. Just because of that issue that you'll get sometimes where C++ now thinks this is a function rather than an object. But, you know, that's a bit of C++ for you. Bit of basic stuff. Although it took me forever to learn that. I almost want to use push constants now because this is super confusing. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm not getting stack corruption because this guy's outside the. I don't think it would compile anyway. Why aren't you working? I create the descriptor set layout with the right binding. Oh, hang on. Shouldn't that be... The amount should be 1. The binding 0. I think that was a mistake. Set 1, binding 0. For the... What is it then? Can I just get rid of this? Alright. The fragment shader now doesn't work. I don't know about these sets, to be honest. I'm starting to... Nope. Oops. Ah. Okay. Output. Fragment shader. Set 0 binding thingamajiggy and mean, I could just throw this in, but I thought I wouldn't have to. No. Oh, I need to do some revision on binding, I tell you. 0, 10. Bind image sampler. Okay, where's this then? What I'm trying to do is effectively move, and it's dead simple. I'm not trying to do anything dead complicated. I've got a bindless version of the IMGUI textures. I want to use them. That's as basic as it gets. The descriptor set layout for these bindless textures, for these bindless shaders, are falling over for some reason. So what I'm trying to do is figure out exactly what the binding should be for bindless textures. And hang on. It's like the set is messing me up, I think. So we're just getting validation layers after validation layers. Set 0. I think this needs to be set 1. Oh my god. Capital letters. Sorry for not being very clear with my explanation. But okay. Yeah, I'm taking some notes on stuff I need to revise / learn. Dang it. Oh, so that's set 1. Yeah, I know. It's again too many layers of abstraction. I thought this would be a simple one, but I guess not. So it's you know, let's be explicit. Let's just follow. I mean, so I have a struct here that has. No, I'll do what I did before. I think count's a terrible one. So that's the order, right? So it's a name. I forgot about name. So this goes here, that goes there, count. Again, this is a terrible name. Okay, let's just make sure this matches up exactly, right? 1 and 10. Same deal. Local constants. Why is it 10 anyway? What if I change it to 1? Binding 1, set 1. Oh, I can't remember what these are. Right, I'm just going to do exactly what... Okay, so that just says binding 1. Sorry guys, if I was able to blast past this, I would. Oh. That's what I was starting to think. I'm like, why am I using a 10? Okay, so that's working, but it's not displaying anything. I'm GUI has run away from me. I null the pointer. Yeah, Vulkan is still a pain in the ass for me, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Check Discord. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I think I'll do that now. Can I do that for what I'm doing? Give me a second, guys. Let me think. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, you're right. I should be using the this really good C++ 20s feature. I saw it used in the Vulkan tutorial thing you showed me that exists last stream. But yeah. Now we've at least got this far. Let's make the code more sane. Okay. Oops. Name. Okay. I won't be able to line these up. What am I thinking? This engine has been in the works for probably about a year and a half, 2 years. Although this, the one you're looking at now is like an earlier version of it. It's I'm trying to refactor it so it actually makes, because I've got a lot of tech debt. In the current engine. So what I'm going to do actually. Yeah. So what you're seeing is like an earlier version of the engine. Something like that, I think. That looks cleaner. Put these together in one line. Coding's weird. Let's do this in one go. Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm going to delete this anyway, so I don't care about that top one. I think you could definitely, by the way, make what I've made a lot faster. I've also had to do this just part-time. Yeah, this game engine. Okay, let's bring back this, what I did earlier. The only reason this exists is because of command buffer. Something to look at in the future, I think. Yeah, no, I agree. That C++ feature is very, very good. It's the only reason I kind of use C++ over C. It has like nice little features like that. Yeah, it probably would save me time, actually. I've never thought about using, like, what is it called? I know Clang has a bunch of features. Clang has, like, was it a linter? Clang linter or something? It has something. I've forgotten exactly what it's called, but... yeah, because you can program a Clang something to do a thing. Yeah, so ignore the pointer. If you want to make it, like, go back to Vulkan and do something, you could definitely do it faster than I did. Okay, so we move past... we move past that layout, but now I'm not rendering anything. Let's think. First things to check is, are we drawing at all? Okay, what's this do? You messing up anything? No. Okay. Okay, so it knows that. Why did I do that? Oh, okay, whatever. New texture. Okay, so it is drawing. How many times is... so it's got 2 draw calls. I think that means there's 2 dialog boxes. Because there is. I have a feeling that that's a junk value that we are using here, which comes out bad. And then we just reinterpret cast, whatever this is. This may be wrong, completely wrong. I mean, it is an underscore, which suggests a private variable. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, get texture ID is probably correct, but I remember this just not working for some reason. Right, but I'm going to try it anyway, because I'm clearly accessing a variable I shouldn't be accessing. Let's just pull this out, see what it is. What did we get out? I am GUI ID, okay. I am texture ID id. Right. What actually is this? So I think we had a junk value there that was just garbage. Right. Yeah, okay, so it's still junk, I think. Now, this works with non-binary, so let's see. If I set this to false, what does that value come out to be? I mean, it could literally just be data rather than a handle. But we do know it works without this. Okay, no, right. That's why reinterpret cast to a uint. Okay. Okay, that was correct. Anyway, that was better. Right. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. So we have a descriptor set here, and this is taking a texture in and uploading it if it's valid, and it inserts it into this map. That's what that is, it's a map. If that's the case, then we bind that descriptor set. The problem is, I don't know binders well enough. Because we got this flat texture ID. You need to do something to index into this. Alright, my best shot, I think, of figuring this out is going into the CGLTF parser, which does use bindless in this case, and figuring out exactly how it deals with bindless textures. Because I think we're not uploading the indices or something, which would, I think, make sense. And this does. So, for example, not animation. If I have, where is, okay. No, I need to look at the materials. Sorry, I'm just trying to find everything. Let's see. If I have, where's the material? Okay, so that's the material, PBR material, create material. Okay. What's weird is this is using bindless. That's the set index. What does it do different? This works, right? Orthographical projection. We say topology triangle, I think is the only difference. And it's not even used, okay. Element 1. Let's see, element 1. No, nothing changed when we copied and pasted over everything. Oh yeah, that's probably correct. I was wondering why that's uint. Doesn't make any sense to have a static cast of both types. Anyway, right, let's get rid of that as well. I don't want this anymore. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, I mean, it's really a really simple backend. Well, I think actually I'm not entirely sure how other people set up IMGUI, to be honest. It's one of those things where it could be like I'm the only one making things really hard on myself. Okay, so we don't need this. Sure. What was this before? Alright. Nothing crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh. Ah, really? Ah, okay. Hang on. Yeah, because I have updated IMGUI to something different. That might be it then. What am I? Ow. Dang it. Okay. Right, it's possible that my version of IMGUI is just not working. Because in my other engine, I'm certainly using an older version, there's no doubt. I'm probably... It's not that it's broken like Ratchet said, it's probably in the chat. It's probably that I'm using things the incorrect way. Like, I should be doing something different for bindless now. Sorry, blowing into the mic's not very friendly. Sorry to your ears. Let's see. Alright, so the old engine. I think this is just a random hash rather than a tag. I don't think it's up to date with master, honestly. I mean, what I could do is just go back to... Oh, your message got deleted for some reason? Ah, right, that's what it is. Okay, I don't know why that's happening either. So, yeah, Discord is deleting things. Right, because what I did is I just was like, okay, I just upload. Okay. Right. Alright, this might be something to do off stream where I do a bit of research. Rather than putting you through the agony of me reading very slowly through. But what we could do is do a quick experiment where we just go back one. Just to see, you know, to 91. And just see if that does anything. And if that's the case for now, we'll have to... Oh, the other link, sorry. Right, okay, so this is exactly... IMGUI render has textures. In order to move forward... Oh, required, okay. Yeah, and I think I use these. But no, which one do I use? I use one of them. Oops, sorry. I've closed my thingy. Yeah, okay, so it's possible that I need to just completely rewrite some of this code because the library's changed underneath my feet. Where was it? There was something here like that. Which is disappointing. I mean, things change, but... where was it? There was something like that. Yeah, that. Is that... obsolete? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I could stick with it. Maybe it doesn't look too difficult. Right. Okay. Let's Okay. Let's, instead of just giving up, let's just see. All right. So the flag has to this is the flag that you have to set, right? So when you're running IMGUI, you have to all this together. Okay. So let's just see. I doubt it's going to do anything, but yeah. Thanks for finding this, Ratchet. I had no idea. Oh yes. Okay. Ratchet, you're on it. Look at this. We have text. We have things rendering. However, we don't have any text. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to give up. Okay. So this doesn't work anymore. So I've got to figure out what the difference is. Okay. Functions such as were obsolete in favor of texture thingy. Okay. An array updating their states. Okay. It has standard backend. Okay, so what was I trying to do here? Get texture as a 32 thingy. Okay. Okay, this is wasted. Yeah, Ratchet, you're invited back to the streams, I think. You're allowed to come back. after figuring this out. What I'm trying to figure out is... Okay, so this is obsolete. But what is this then? I wonder if there's a texture thing, text thing. I'm GUI disable obsolete. Okay, if this is obsolete, how do I get the texture out? Yeah, I think I will look at the Vulkan backend That is found. No, that's not the example. It's example SDL 3 Vulkan. Okay, so let's see. How do we get the texture out? Because that's all I want. If I can get the texture out, then we are golden. Okay, so there's a lot of setting up Vulkan. Okay, set a window. So what I'm looking for is basically get pixel data or something. Oh, will it? Interesting. So I'm actually doing too much work here. So you're telling me that the texture ID of what I've I should check there's no like has text or something. No, okay. Alright, I think first thing we should be doing that. I assume this is doing a bit more than just... Yeah, okay, so it's doing a bit more. Alright, let's look at this thing. How do we get the texture out and load the texture though? I know it's saying it's like, oh, it just tracks it itself, you don't have to worry about it, but like I've got a shader that wants to render the texture. I mean, you know, if I just run the draw call, like how does the graphics pipeline know what texture is going to be uploaded via these shader stages to actually do anything? You know? That's what I'm trying to figure out, like... Oh, I guess there's just more what are they called? More of these guys. Right, okay, so I'm in the wrong file. I'm an example. Oh, you've seen that. Okay, you've seen that. Implement Vulkan. And you saw something like update a texture. So what's this pull out? Does this pull out something I care about? I am data, okay. I need the back end for this. One moment. Okay. Because that's all I want. Pixels. Whatever that did. So how did that get pixels? How do you get pixels? Bruh. Is this obsolete? Oh, this is obsolete. Yeah, it's the obsolete function. I mean, I could rewrite this so I don't have a back end at all. I mean, let's just try this. This is what I was thinking anyway. Is this just basically the same, like data A with an extra? No, I'm gonna call it data. We take this. We take this. We put it in here as this, and then unsigned sharp bit pixels, right? So get pixels. And I don't see, they won't be the same. What does it return? A void star. I assume we can get the pixel data out of here. We cast this to whatever this is. Now, I don't know if this is even going to do anything properly, so... The reason I'm just kind of trying to take a shortcut rather than implementing... is this uploading texture? I don't want... I've got the texture out of here, right? This is literally the beginning. Like, there's nothing... It's like, okay, based on this... Get me the texture, bro. Upload texture doesn't seem like the right thing. It seems like I'm uploading texture data. I need to get it. Give me a sec. Maybe it's in... Maybe just like a get texture or something. Bruh. Because I effectively want that functions code again. Like, why did they change it? It's so annoying. Bro, where was I? Where is this? Vulkan.h. Like, doesn't it do that anymore? Doesn't it have like a texture for everything? Right, I'm just gonna have to check if it's if anything comes out. All right, let's see. What have you? Let's see. Not that. Sorry, you. Can I just check something? I've been pinged twice in this server. What is this? Why are people... Right, okay. I thought something was going wrong. Let's see. What have you sent me, by the way? Have you sent me just your code? Oh, you did this as well for your back end. I see. I didn't understand what I was looking at. I was just looking at something else. Just some generic Vulkan. Yeah, I'm just looking over this code just to see what my guy has sent me. He has informed me that IamGUI has, which is like a backend, if people don't know. I'm just going to fill people in. So, where we're up to. This is also for me just to remember. I'm trying to change the backend of IamGUI, which is this thing here. This is what this is. As you can see, there's no text. So icons are appearing, but it's not working with text at the moment for some reason. And it looks like text needs to be dynamic. No, I don't think so. I'm not streaming anywhere else. Not on Twitch or anything. If that's what you're asking. And so, anyway, so what we're trying to figure out is basically how to bring back text. The reason is Oh, I'm just talking to anyone else who might be watching. So Ratchet is just a bit confused there. I'm just trying to fill in people because we're in the middle of like we're like down like 20 different rabbit holes, and I also want to like talk to myself about this and just try and get back to where I was in my head, right? So effectively, Ratchet found out that this function here is obsolete. It's not deleted yet, but it probably will be at some point. And for some reason, when I use bindless textures, this breaks. But strangely, it doesn't break with non-bindless. Sorry, with, yeah. Bindless is newer as well. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, just in case, there might be... I don't know how many people are watching, so... I don't have the view count. It may be just be you, Ratchet, who's watching, so... Yeah, so... And the only reason I haven't found about this early is because I updated to IMGUI very recently, and I've been using like an old one for ages. I thought, yeah, let's be good, let's upgrade. And yeah, that was a choice. Let's put it that way. Let me think. Okay, so your if once update, then we do a mem copy. I assume that's to some kind of a descriptor set or something. Yeah, this was not what I had planned to do today. Okay, I'm really gonna have to just like understand this a bit better. Just looking at other people's code, including IMGUI's, is I don't really know what's going on. Like the old code, all the old code did is it just initialized IMGUI, which is again that IMGUI background. Then I could pull out the texture, and then just upload the texture to a shader. That's it. Like it wasn't that complicated. But for some reason, that doesn't work anymore, because they decided to make a big change. And the big change is question mark to me right now. What were they doing? All right, let's. So what I'm doing now is just reading out this. I know it won't be the most interesting stream to watch, but if I'm going to try and tackle this, I've got to understand what's going on. Okay, so that's clearly what it was, right? So the fonts can be updated at any point. So that means there's an extra step inside the internal code. Okay, so this is the thing we had. Yeah, I'm just a guy, you see, just trying to learn stuff, so it's not like I hope I don't come off as like some kind of genius coder. Like, I'm just like everyone else, you know. You know, so, you know, all this is difficult to me, no matter what. I mean, not just I'm GUI, but like everything. So we have to go slow. Mm-hmm. Right, let's read this then. This is more like what we need to be reading. Mm-hmm. Because I personally don't care at all about you can update the fonts. Like, it's that feature's completely irrelevant to me. It's doing this again. It's looping. Why is YouTube being a pain? Nope. So we're getting the same two musics over and over again. Once again. Okay. Right. Cool. Right, okay. Where was I? Backends. Which one was it? This one, okay. You know, I can figure this out if I just take my time, that's all. You know. I made this mistake in the past where I just kind of rushed as much as I could. And I didn't read anything, and I often eventually became completely stuck because I never got anywhere after a certain point. But anyway, that's so I'm gonna have to be a bit quiet now. I hope that's chill. Okay, nothing interesting there. It's just what is the back end? So I'm curious now, if I, so the Windows ones, if I get rid of Vulkan, this is just an experiment. Obviously it's not going to compile because of that thing I've left. I know, commented out. Okay, so where is this? Oh, it's just in draw. Okay. I thought it would be a back end thing. So I wonder, I know it seems silly, but what happens if I just do exactly what I've been doing and then add a font? Because that's what we're missing. Maybe it's like, oh, you don't have a font, so why should I render text? Push fonts. Bro, I don't care about this version, this stupid feature that I don't know who asked for it. Does this work? I just don't have a TTF file. Now question, does this, where's this go? Okay. Now if I go back here, go into this, and I know I should be reading, but I'm kind of curious just to see. Is it possible my old engine has a TTF file lying around in the assets folder? Where was it? No. Font. I swear Windows has a TTF file. Can I just grab it? This is just avoiding going on the internet and downloading a font. Right, I'll just stick this here for now. I don't even know if this is a proper TTF file. You know what, let's just get a font from Lazy Foo. I think Lazy Foo has just a font lying around on his tutorials. It's a bad font, but it's a font nonetheless. Yeah, okay, so let's extract this. Lazy, yeah, because I'm not sure what the other I could have just got like a binary file that happens to be called TTF, you know. Oh really? I'll go with this and see what happens. So Ratchet just said, you know, let's see if the old version should work without this, but I'm kind of curious if the font is missing. Maybe it's because we didn't load the fonts. So, was it lazy with the, yeah, it was lowercase. Okay. Let's close some of these. Yeah, okay. Nope. Yeah. Let's see. So this doesn't work at all with this flag gone. Ah, no it does. Why was that not working earlier? This font makes me laugh. This was not working before. I don't know why. Straight up, this is not working before. What? Wait, am I bineless? Oh, that's why. Sorry, it was too good to be true. Alright, yep. Sorry, it's that Control A feature in Visual Studios is extremely irritating. Okay, so it looks like I went on a wild goose chase. Good to know. Good to know. So bineless just doesn't work straight up. Well, I learned something from that. I learned that I need to start worrying about this, this guy, which is good. It's good to know that. At some point in the future, the old, obsolete rendering thingamajigs will be deleted. I also need to replicate the, what is it called? I need to replicate the Vulkan backend at some point. So we need to, if we're going to use a backend, if we're going to use our own shaders, it actually might be wise not to use the not to use a backend, to be honest. I don't know exactly, but maybe this was a whole kind of like, not waste of time, but like I'm kind of overcomplicating something that doesn't really need to be overcomplicated. Okay, that's something to think about. Yeah, so if I just go to open SDL example, like how do you do this without a backend? Right, what have we got? SDL3 example. I don't know what the benefits are of doing it with a backend, so. I don't do that. That's the thing. I don't pass my own stuff. So, and I don't know how much, like, how useful that is anyway. Like at what point do I need to really do that? I'm not saying like it's not a good thing to do. I'm just trying to think about it like, what features should I implement? What features shouldn't I implement? How long is it going to take, etc. All that kind of stuff. So, that's what I'm thinking of when I think about like, oh, should I even do the back end? Because, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do the back end and just delete everything. Because who cares about IMGUI? I'm not going to show the user. It's only like a useful tool for the developer. And this, I don't know why they wanted to. IMGUI, the developer, it's open source, so it could have been anyone, but they decided that it was useful for some reason to have people dynamically update the texture fonts, which it's just like, okay, fine. So yeah, I could just strip that out and just nuke it basically. And yeah, I'm gonna try it. So I need to get rid of the arrows. So I don't want this. I don't want this. Yeah, if it's gonna take forever to figure out, then who cares? I think that's what we need instead. What's the header we need for those? And then IMGUI can do all whatever it wants. So that's Vulkan and SDL. There's probably something else I need to do, like a setup. Ah, sorry, I keep opening up that wrong thing. Right, before the loop begins. Okay, don't care, I'm just gonna go with the default for now. This. So you just need the window for IO. And yeah, if they're going to change the back end, might as well just not even use it. Because I don't need the features. Okay, so yeah, we've got an IO here. What do we do with that though? Nothing? Oh, it's probably a non-const ref, right? I bet it's a non-const ref. It's a oh yeah. Non-const reference, so when we update this. What? Cast it to void? Oh, whatever. If that's what the example does, I'm doing the same. Right, okay, so I'm going to create context. Did I copy that in? Hopefully that doesn't interrupt my context. Well, my non-context. Style dark. Alright, whatever. We'll just grab this. I don't even know what it does. Scaling. Sure. Alright. Do we do this somewhere else? I think we do actually. Yeah, okay, so we already do that. We don't want that. Do we do this? just in main. So this needs to be... Oh yeah, I honestly, IMGUI is just being stupid, so we're just gonna run with whatever it wants to do, and just not think about it. Instance is no. Is it Vulkan instance? I want by instance. No. This will be good though. This will clean up a bunch of like stuff that I don't care about anyway. I think this will be good if it works, like obviously, but yeah. Oh, that's the physical device, Vulkan device. Okay, so let's figure out what is it including? Okay, so it's just these three. I will grab them. I think these are in the Vulkan voids. So in the end, this will be deleted, not the back end. No, we do not want the back end. Now I'm going to grab it from the tutorial then. I think this will be IMGUI, vendor, IMGUI. Right, I'm just going to construct it here actually, just so I don't forget the first part. Oops. Oh, no, comment. And we go, okay. Vendor slash IMGUI slash not backend. Is it just impl? No, implementation? SDL? Is it backend? Is that the header? Oh, it is. Okay. Right, I was being a bit dumb. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, so that's actually what it is. Now we just need the Vulkan one. Cool. Get the IMGUI out of here. Copy these out. And IMGUI. Right. Hopefully, once we've done this, I'll never ever have to touch IMGUI again. Main scale. Alright, whatever. I don't care. Right, okay, so main family so this will be the main queue. Where's the main queue? Is it? Yes, I called everything Vulkan over and over again. Graphics queue? Come on. What is the queue? Oops. I'm just trying to find what the queue's called, so... Okay. Where is it? Vulkan queue. Okay, so Vulkan queue is, and Vulkan queue family is the queue family. So going here. It's just called Vulkan queue. This is null. I don't have a pipeline cache. Yet. Main image count. That would be GPU. Main image count. Swap chain image count. Oh, minimum. So that's the whatever. That's the minimum. It's 1 plus whatever I've got. I mean, I can make that better in a minute, but let's just GPU VMA allocator. Is that what it wants? What is this? Oh, the callback. Allocate a callback. Allocate a callback. Yep. It's just a pointer. I'll render pass. It's a Vulkan. A Vulkan. Render pass. No, I just want access to it. Hopefully this doesn't break when I resize the window. I mean, I could do that, but that does something else. That returns. Okay, so we get this guy with our render pass, and then we can get Vulkan render pass from here. GPU get Vulkan render pass and a name. Swap chain. I don't know if the name means anything. This is so awkward. We'll see. We'll see what it returns. It should return a VK render pass anyway. If not, I'll just store the render pass internally, and the problem is we need to recreate it every single time, so there's too many layers of abstraction. Very annoying. Yeah, 1 bit. Right, apparently that just sets to 0. I think it is just swap chain though. I think there is just... If I go into here, find this. No. Is it swap chain? Okay, swap chain. Capital S. I think that's the create swap chain pass, which is what we care about. If we do that, we should be good. This is just check. Or is it capital check? No. Okay. This is all over the place. This will be easy to find. Check. There is lowercase. You are found in what file? GPU device.cpp. I'll just write a dirty macro. Stick it up here. Call it something else for now. I could probably pull that out into something like platform, but alright. Okay. Whatever, dude. It does not matter. Okay, anything else I have to do? So it should error out if it doesn't work, which it probably won't. But that's fine. It doesn't work for what? Oh, these need... Let's see. That might be because I'm not the GUI bender externals, whatever. Yeah, it likely doesn't have the files it needs. Yeah, I don't think it has Vulkan thingamajig in there. So that is a CMake issue, which is fine. We can fix that. So we just need Vulkan. Same deal. Okay, so let's see if CMake works for us this time. Reload. So now we have Vulkan. Let's build. So hopefully it can find them. Vulkan.h isn't a file. You don't have access to a include. So for Vulkan include, you don't have this. Where's the vendor? That's void. That's foundation. That's external. Here's what we need. Yeah, target includes. You don't have. Now you need Vulkan. That's a target include. Okay, sorry. Cool. One step forward. So once that figures out what it needs, I can build external. Yep. Okay, so let's try and build our void. Yes, okay, so that was the issue. It couldn't find the things. Okay, so now it can find the backends or whatever. So one step forward. Break. Okay, so F10, F10, this and this and this. Okay, so this should be 2 and 3, yeah. So the minimum is definitely right. Do you have a render pass? Okay, you have something. Okay. I think I might need to reconstruct this every time you resize the window. I don't know if I should give it the subpass. I don't know what it wants to do. It's possible that I don't need to do this. Like, it's going to create its own render pass. But we'll come back to that. Okay, so that broke with a... Okay, so let's get rid of this render pass thing. Because actually let's figure this out. Okay, so it does a... Okay, so this just gets W whatever that render pass is. What do we have to construct this? Is that what we have to do? I mean, yeah, that's true. We could there's a lot of documentation. Ignored if using dynamic rendering. Sadly, Now, question, ImGUI implements has dynamic rendering. Okay. If this is defined, if this is defined, then we don't have to care. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm just gonna delete this because in its internal backend, it's gonna use dynamic rendering for itself. Okay, cool. Build. And yeah, I'm just going to stick this here. Yeah, we're not on Vulkan 1.2 or anything, so that's good. Okay, good. ImGUI was set up with Vulkan. Now question. What else is needing? What do we need to worry about next? We have process event. SDL window resize. Ah, okay, so when the window is resized, we do this. Recreate window with all this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to ignore this for a minute. Outside of, we're not going to resize the window yet. What is this doing? Is minimized. I don't know what this is doing. Oh, yeah, we also need to destroy context to do this. Okay, so we'll do that next. I'm going to assume this get draw data is something else. Like some demo application thing that I don't care about. Okay, so yeah, delete this right at the top. Okay. Okay. F5? No. It didn't like that because... How's tech... Oh. Oh, hang on. Why... what are you doing? With a new backend, you... Right, okay, so... I think I know why that's happening. IMGUI is running in the background. Sorry, it's setting itself up, but it's not being used, and I need to not set it up at all, because there's extra settings we don't want. So... it could be that as well. It could be the dynamic rendering. But I think it's this. I think IMGUI's here. We don't want it. Goodbye. I mean, we lose access to allocation, but IMGUI's not that big, so... Again, I'm not that worried. Okay, so... Not successful. Oh, hang on. Yep. Okay. Okay, retry. STL context is not initialized. Oh, didn't I do that? That's probably what I didn't do. These errors are nice. Not that, sorry. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Minimize. Okay, so this isn't working because of that, I think. Context or background not initialized. Okay. Let's go back to main. And... STL3 into... I'm not entirely sure where this lives. No, I didn't set this up. Okay. STL. Let's see. So we got this guy here. Does he live in here? Oh, for Vulkan. Oh, hang on. I think I just initialized Vulkan. I didn't initialize Vulkan SDL 3, which I think is a different thing. In window. Oh, okay. Intit. Oh, I see. Right, yeah, because I comment this out, right? And then expected it to work, which is dumb. So let's go down to... Okay. And our window is just window instance platform. Is that what it wants, the platform? It does. Cool. Let's just keep going. Okay, so it didn't render, but that might be because I didn't do something. Oh, hang on. Yeah. And it might be, I also need to turn on dynamic rendering. But yeah. I'm just, yeah, going to get rid of that for now. You can still use non-dynamic rendering with dynamic rendering turned on, I think. So, yeah, okay, let's just turn that on. Because it might be trying to use something that can't be used because I've turned it off. Or it is just off by default. So, what have we got? Where is this code set up? This is an intit. Okay, there's multiple. And I think this is part of Vulkan 12, 1.2. Let's just, I think it is anyway, let's just see. I'm just going to go dynamic rendering. Just look it up. Let's see. Dynamic rendering. Vulkan. Vulkan dynamic rendering extension. What's the struct, my guy? Why doesn't AI just tell me everything I need to know? Right. Yes. Use dynamic rendering. Use dynamic rendering. Okay, so it's an actual extension, not just a feature. Okay, so in that case, oops. Give me a second. I really shouldn't call this here. I need to use the official names. But if that's the actual thing, according to the AI bot, then we have extensions. But there's going to be a feature that I have to turn on. Which feature? Alright, it's all alphabetical. No, it's not. But I can just control dynamic. Control F, dynamic rendering. It is, oh, okay, so it's Vulkan 3.13. Makes sense. Okay, let's just not have to. Yeah, let's not break everything immediately. Vulkan features 13. Cool. We're cooking. S type. BK structure. I can do this bit myself. I'm really good. No. Physical device. Vulkan. Physical device. Vulkan. Ah. Features. I missed that device. P next. Device features. Dynamic rendering equals true. There you go, my guy. Oops. No. I guess this needs to be this way around. Index. Features 1.3. Oh. Boop. What just happened? Okay, so P next. Okay. I assume, yeah, we got the extension. I really want the name. Let's get the actual name. That's what I'm after. Extension name. Let's put these in. This is just better. Just stops typos. So I assume it's got the same idea. Yep, name. Yeah, that's cleaner, right? I assume I can just stick that there and just call it a day. We'll see. Put a breakpoint here just to see if I've got that wrong. Now, I hope I can still use render passes with dynamic rendering turned on. Alright. Because now we have bindless and dynamic rendering. Okay, so dynamic rendering is on, but we still see no I'm GUI stuff. Okay, so that's good to know. That means we ruled it out. It's possible I've set this up wrong. Like, so that queue is definitely a graphics queue. Queue family. I think there's only one queue family. I don't think I have a separate transfer queue or anything. Yeah. Because there's only one queue. Let's just check that. If there's not one queue... Alright, nope. There's only one queue, that's fine. This is the minimum. Greater than 2. I mean, we'll see what that does. I mean, it could just error out basically saying that these two need to be separate or whatever. Less than. Nope. Okay, that didn't do anything. Am I rendering these things? Let's go back to the example. You made a lot of progress trying to get this to render. It doesn't crash at least. Let me just check the initialization's good. It matches that. Let's see. Do I need to set this up? This might be a... What is main scale then? If we can just work out what this means, then... Then we can set up this scale thing. Okay, so this is just get a couple of things which I can just do. Okay, let's see. Let's grab that. I think I have access to SDL raw, so yeah, because there might be a weirdness that I'm not setting up properly. So throw that in there. Okay. Now we have a style set up with a non-const ref. Yo. Glad you could come back. Things are rendering. Well, sorry. Things aren't rendering. But, you know, we're making progress. We're chugging along. Maybe, because maybe I've done this like the wrong order. Maybe this needs to be above, but like this might need to be here or something. No, it's below. Okay, so this is below. Is there anything else I'm missing? Yeah, we're getting very close. Because we've got this scale in. Right, okay, I'm just going to run it and see what happens. Okay. Right. That's info. So this didn't like that. This was here. Where is this an example? I think it's also possible that I'm not rendering anything. Sorry, I'm not doing this bit. Or something like that. Maybe this is like not good anymore. But yeah, we'll crack it. Alright, let's just see it doesn't error out. Cool. What else do you need? This I'm GUI implement draw data command buffer. Oh, I see there's more. Okay, yeah, okay, there's something else. What's draw data then? So yeah, I've missed a step, which is fine. Let's see, draw data. Oh, right, that's what that was. And I'm gonna pull this out into where was that again? Rendering. So this was okay. Wait for fence, reset fence, reset command pool. Do the. So after we end the render pass, we say okay. Effectively, this, but. So, yeah, if not minimized, if not minimized, putting this everywhere. Okay, in that goes. Okay, so if not minimized, I'm going to say we don't care. Presentation. I think this is in render. I think. So if we go back to this and we see what function this is. Okay, this is render. Then we want that. Which I was missing. Which is just draw data and then we do command buffer. With vk command buffer. Oh, was it one? It wants. Oh, it probably wants it in a pointer. No, it's like saying it doesn't have access to this. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm not entirely sure at what point we want to do this. Is it before or after? Again, I've forgotten. So after the render pass. After the render pass has began. Okay, so it's after the. Okay, it's the beginning. So. Okay, that's fine. In fact, this should be further up then. This should be not here. This should be in the new frame. I think. No. Stick this here for now. See if this compiles / doesn't crash. Because we might have to use the render pass anyway. Yeah, I didn't like that. Oh, yeah, because we can get the pipeline, I think. I did see that earlier. I just wondered I just wondered if it had it in Vulkan pipeline. I don't know what I call this. Pipelines. Plural resource pool. Oh, okay. So obtain, and then there'll be a pipeline handle. Yeah, so we need to get the pipeline handle. Where do I store that actually? Ugh. So when we bind the pipeline on render, because you need to do that. What is the pipeline that we used? This will be a new frame, I think. No, it's not there. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's grab this out. This assumes so much. It assumes that you have the pipeline just available right there and then. So I'm going to say get pipeline. Nope. Where was it? I had it earlier. Create pipeline, no. Sorry, I think I just skipped it. Give me a sec. This is in the headers. Create pipeline. Ah, this could be in renderer. Actually. No, it's not. Okay. Why is that there? Yeah, I don't like those static names. That's it, access handle. And then we can get at the structure. Oops. Oh, yeah, okay. This. Okay, cool. Then we get a pipeline. Yeah, watch out for layers of abstraction, guys. It's a sneaky one. It sneaks up on you. Let's see. Pipeline. And then we just get VK pipeline. Okay, so from that, the pipeline. VK pipeline, which is what you wanted the whole time. I'll send this in. And then you're operating on the same graphics pipeline as us. Okay, let's just see if this doesn't blow up. Alright, this might not be it. There's probably something else that I'm missing. But it's a start. Hey man, how you doing? Nice to see you. Sorry, a bit locked in. Okay, what did we get back? Nothing. Yeah, when we create things in Vulkan, we must have a graphics pipeline that's used. The graphics pipe, because otherwise, yeah, we're literally making it here. No, that's the render pass, sorry. Yeah, this is technically the simplest renderer. So there's definitely a graphics pipeline being made somewhere. And I feel like to get this to work, I might even have to implement dynamic rendering, to be honest. Because there's like a IMGUI wants to use a dynamic renderer. I'm using render passes. And there might be some issue there. I don't know. Again, I need to just keep learning. Pipeline, pipeline, pipeline. Okay, so the pipeline isn't created here. This might be a good thing to tackle. It might be better, to be honest, to leave this for a bit and just simplify the code even more. So when we do, yeah, what I might do is just git stash this. If we git stash this, we delete the code, we move to dynamic rendering, then we worry about IMGUI, because I feel like IMGUI at the moment is a bit, it's not really that supported in our current way. Like, we don't have dynamic rendering at the moment. If we use dynamic rendering IMGUI, yeah, okay, yeah, not bad. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little frustrated earlier with IMGUI, which is this, if you don't know anything about it, it's like a immediate mode renderer for, you know, for debug stuff. And I've moved to a newer version of IMGUI, right? And it's completely changed its backend. So I kept spinning my wheels. See, I think I'm going to do that, to be honest. I think... Oh, that's air. I don't want that. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is just say, for now, this is a IMGUI quest that we're going to have to come back to at some point. Yeah, so I'm just going to stash status, and I think because we stash so much work, it's going to be better to yeah, let's reopen Visual Studios, rebuild, and we will just, oops, not that, this, and we'll just say I'm GUI. We'll come back to you when we've got dynamic rendering, because right now we're trying to implement a feature that I just think is just too complicated. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to be more consistent, especially with streaming. There's this quote I really like. I'm leaving it in every description. I'm just going to read it. This is what's inspiring me to stream, by the way. Once Lord Mitsushige was a little boy. He was supposed to recite from a copybook from priest Kaion. He called out to the other children and acolytes and said, "Please come here and listen. It is difficult if there is hardly any people listening." The priest was impressed and said to the acolytes, "This is the spirit to which do everything." For me, this is like a really cool thing. It's like I should be acting in my game development as I'm being watched. Meaning I'm just going to stay more consistent, more on the ball, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm trying to be more consistent, and code like I'm being watched. So I thought, you know, might as well literally do that, you know. So yeah, if you're wondering where that book, that's from the Hagakure Way of the Samurai book, which is like a really cool book. Do recommend. Okay, so I think tomorrow, because I'm gonna have to wrap things up, what I'm gonna do is do some research on IMGUI. That's number one. Let's make a list. Not that. Not interested in that. So research what's going on with IMGUI in its new 1.92 release. Okay, so that's tomorrow. After that, yeah, I'll just say sequentially, and then I want to remove. Let's just see. Oh, no, not no, honestly, it was really useful. I didn't even know IMG was updated, so it's been, it's always a pleasure to have you here and helping out. I would honestly blame myself for rushing more than anything. That was the issue, really. I was trying to get things done quickly because I was trying to move on. But sometimes you just got to accept that you can't, and you have to just take your time a bit more. So the stuff that you've taught me today, Ratchet, I'll research, do more research. Enon. And I think I want to start looking at GPU resources. This has become a bit of a hodgepodge of structs and 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 structs. It just goes on and on and on. I mean, they might be useful, but again, we're having layers of abstraction around things that are not that difficult to build. For what reason? I don't know. Okay, so I think we're going to have to... The problem is if I start removing these, and just thinking out loud, I'm going to have to do maybe construct things differently. But, so I'll think about it. Research, look over the code and think about GPU resources. Like what to do with them, Okay, so that'll be my list. A list of next items. Because I might even... It's possible. I'm just going to write this down, hang on. It's possible that I need way more of an engine to... Oops. Engine to implement... Okay, so yeah, my engine's really far behind, so I'm going to have to just do a bit of research, bit of study and all that kind of stuff. Cool. I like that. Kaion, yeah. Okay. Guys, it's been wonderful. Although I was a little frustrated earlier, hopefully that didn't come off as like I was angry at anyone in particular. That was just just a way of coding. Sometimes it gets annoying. No, honestly, so thanks for setting up Ratchet. Thanks for honestly helping so much. And if you just turned up now, also thank you as well. It's been great. Honestly, I've been really enjoying these streams. The fact that people are even interested at all, even if I have like one viewer turning up in the 3 hours that I code, is honestly like I'm extremely grateful for that kind of stuff. So yeah, see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're not. Have to do it because I'm a YouTuber now. Yeah, I'll probably stream Monday or Tuesday, so I'm probably going to skip the weekend. But yeah, if you want updates, join the Discord server. So on that note, goodbye.